Hey, how are you?
Good evening, everybody.
How are things? Everybody okay? Are you okay, John?
Yeah, very good this week. Nothing to worry us this week. But so how are you doing?
Okay, I just got to adjust something, minute. Feedback.
Oh, right, you are. Can't get the staff nowadays, see. So
There we are. Sorry about
that's all right. How is everybody out there? Everybody doing all right?
that.
So,
Shall I get the chat up so you can have a, you can see
yeah,
it?
certainly you can, certainly.
Okay, let's get the chat up. And there we are.
There we are. So we got we are officially in Wales. We're in lockdown. I don't know where George is from, or part of England, but we are officially in lockdown now. So, but see what they don't seem to be working together. So England have got 3 tiers. Wales had 2, but now we're in total lockdown. I think Southern Ireland and Northern Ireland, I think they're in some kind of lockdown. Now, Northern Ireland's in lockdown, but they're allowed to open their restaurants.
Yeah.
And Scotland got 5 tiers, or they're going to have 5 tiers. But saying that, tier 1 in Scotland is like 2019, perfect. And tier 5 is total lockdown. So they got 3 in between. So I don't know how that's going to work. But there don't seem to be any continuity, does it?
No. Everybody's all over the place.
Yes, that's what I mean. Everybody's all over the place there. We don't know what's happening, but we know what we are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what saying that in Wales, we really do know what we're doing. We can't go anywhere. We can't go to any restaurants, any pubs, any gyms. We can't do nothing basically. We can go shopping, we can go to medical stuff, and I think that's about it. And you can exercise.
Yeah. I think you can go to shops that sell stuff that you're not allowed to buy, if you know what I mean, and they can remain open, but you can't buy if it's not essential.
Now then, see, this is where I've been here thinking about this tonight, about what is essential. And is alcohol essential?
It is,
because, well, right, if you're alcohol dependent, right, and you're not allowed to buy it, you can die by cutting it off straight away. So surely that's got to be essential. Now, I don't drink, right? It don't bother me, but that's not the point. If it doesn't bother you when you say it shouldn't worry you, well, it should. Because there are some people out there that cannot do without it.
Yeah.
Cigarettes aren't the same because you can't die from not smoking it. But, the stress is enough for some people as it is. And if you do smoke and you can't get them, well, your stress is going to go up by year, isn't it?
Well, of course it is. I don't drink either. But I can imagine if you're stressed and you've got to have a drink, or medically you've got to keep on drinking, then you've got to be able to get it.
Yeah, like again, now they're saying, the clothes are not essential. What if you have one pair of trainers or something or whatever, and you come in from, let's say Tuesday, you come in from a walk Tuesday, and you've caught them and they ripped. So you can't be expected to wear them for a fortnight and not go and buy a pair.
Exactly. And pants, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
If you follow through one day.
You should have a few when you draw, mind that.
I have got a few there, but you never know how many times you can follow through, see, John?
You're quite right. So let's have a look who's in tonight. Look, Patsy's there. Look, yeah, Pat's left. Upstairs she has got. And Shalom, Fee's gutted about work, she said. You can't work now, Fee, can you? And so Neil up there. And Dan S. And George Bond is in, I think, as well.
Good gosh. Some regulars in, anyway.
Yeah.
what I thought we'd do tonight, John, is after the ghost stories, instead of shutting down, we'll keep the chat open. So
Yeah, okay, that's fine with me.
yeah, everybody can chat back and forth. We can come and go as you please. If you want to do whatever you want, but it keeps everybody chatting.
Oh, right, the fees at they sell sacks of potatoes, and we don't know they'll reopen until the boss's test results come back. Oh, right, I see. Oh, so it's so what happened then? They put you on furlough or something? It's not your fault, is it? But well, God knows what's going to happen now. Yeah.
Same all over the country, innit?
Well, yeah, I didn't think of that actually. Saw you saying, but Gareth, you'll be able to get stuff online anyway, like clothes and things like that. And to be fair, you order them, and some of them can be there the next day. Like they quite quick like that. Some of them, innit?
Well, in Argos, if you order in the morning, you'll have it in the afternoon.
But you got to go there now, which you cannot allowed to do.
No, you can do it online.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. But now the other thing by now, right? With I've been writing a few things to talk about yet tonight and that, and I'd like to know the listener's point of view. This really, me and you can talk about it, but if me and you talk about it, it'll be over in seconds. But what would you do now if everyone's on lockdown? You're having a boring old time of it. You're sticking to the rules, right? And you see a car pull up outside your neighbours, and there's two people you see quite regularly, and they're obviously the couple next door. They're your friends. They get out of the car and they go into that house, and they're there for a while. Now, would anybody here let them carry on, or would you say, well, this isn't right, and report them? What do you think you would do, Gareth?
Well, I don't like my neighbours, so I'd probably report them. No, I probably won't bother. I can't be asked. It's just it makes it spread, doesn't it? That's what I think.
Yeah, well, that's a big thing, right? I'd loathe to phone somebody about it, but what I tell you what, right? You know what I might do is not phone or nothing like that, but then maybe the next time you see the neighbour, say, listen, mate, we're under lockdown for a reason. Before we obviously I haven't phoned or nothing like that, but we all stick into the rules. There's any chance you can as well,
Yeah. It's just sometimes it's not worth bothering, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's right. You can. Don't forget, you got to live with these people forever after this, so it could be working out. Shalom's mother looked out for me in Aldi's day. As it happens, I was walking out of the door, and I had to come back for something, Shalom. So I had to. I didn't go then. I went a bit later. I did, but yeah, I went a bit later. I got So yeah, sorry, yeah. So I went a bit later, so I didn't see the same time to it. Yeah. So it looks unanimous, really, but yeah, that everyone is saying that they would let them carry on.
Yeah.
And yeah, so but at the end of the day, it is a tricky one, really. But I wouldn't like to, because you've got to live next to your neighbours like forever, and it's obviously it's going to be somebody that can see them. So it's going to be either you or your next door neighbour, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's a tricky one, that really.
It's tricky.
Well, and again, now, what's everyone's opinions on these people that are stockpiling food, though? Is that acceptable? Because I really don't think that is. Forgetting about coronavirus, I mean, what really gets my goat up, right? Is, as you know, I can't walk very well, right? and we get, you know, a little. We don't get much, but a little bit of snow, a little bit of ice there, and eventually it gets down to the co-op there, and every single bit of bread is gone. And somebody in front of me got 5 loaves, right? And there is no way at all there's going to be a shortage of that. And so what you're doing by stockpiling is stopping really the older people and the infirm people, if you want, getting their own food. I think that's bad.
Yeah, and I do. It's no, they're not thinking of anybody else except themselves, you know.
Yeah. I couldn't ever understand, I still can't today, is when they were stockpiling the toilet paper.
Yeah.
I got friends working in Intertissue, right, and they have genuinely never ever been so busy. They were working round the clock. They were just to keep up demand, and it was all over Great Britain. But this virus, it wasn't affecting that way anyway. It wasn't like a gastroenteritis, and they no, don't give you diarrhea or anything anyway.
No. So I don't know why the hell they were buying it so much of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan just said now, who can eat 5 loaves in 17 days? You can't, can you? You know.
5 loaves in 17 days. I'd give it a go, but
with chips.
But I'm not talking about this lockdown now with 5 loaves. You talk about when, you know, this is what people's mindset is if they've seen a little bit of snow. Now, because the drivers, the snow we get, the drivers could easily make it the day after. Once in my lifetime we've had snow, and I'm 54, right? Once we've had snow that has stopped everything, and that was in the 80s, wasn't it? Remember, early 80s?
Yeah, 86.
Was it 80?
Yeah.
No, you won 86.
Wasn't it?
No, 86. I was 20. It would have been something like about 82, somewhere around about that. So I was still in school, but I wasn't far off. I was about 15 or 16, maybe 14. But yeah, so it was about 82, I think it would have been, Gat.
I know it's really bad, wasn't it? It's really bad, it was.
Yeah, there we are. You was really busy in work today for you, though. Because she said she took 2 cans of Dr. Pepper into work and didn't have time to drink them. Well, that's wrong, see, for you, because you've got to have a break wherever it is.
Yeah. Health and safety.
Patsy wants to send Joe, Bill, and Diane home. They must all be upstairs. I can't see them.
They hide into the shed.
I think they are. I think they are too. But
should we get on with a bit of my news I got?
Yeah, you carry on, Gary. You got a good bit of news today, haven't you?
Yeah, well, some fun as well.
But I do believe to do with this bit, Gary, you have to take the comments down, but people won't see them tidy otherwise.
Okay, and I think you might go over it actually.
Oh, is it? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are, man.
Yeah, somebody in Scotland has brought out deep fried pickled onions. What do you think, John? Do you like pickled onions?
Now, the thing is, right? I love pickled onions, right? Because I want to try to go do it every year. Well, I missed last year doing them, but I love pickled onions, right? The proper, not the stuff they sell them little silver skin things, right? But I'm used to eating them cold. Now, I would imagine that you'd have to eat them hot, and I don't think I would like that, you know?
Yeah, no, I don't think it'd be warm pickled onions. Don't sound right, do they?
Oh, that's not right. No, warm pickled onions. No, it's not right. I've been to Scotland before when they were doing the battered Mars bars and that.
Yeah. Did you have one?
But, no, I didn't tell you. No, I didn't have one of them either. But I was in the chip shop at Dunnet up in Aberdeen. Me and my mate went up to pick up a motorbike, believe it or not, all the way up to Aberdeen.
Good gosh. Long way, innit?
Oh, it was a hell of a trip, that was. And we went there, had some food, and come straight back, and all.
Blinking heck.
Hillbilly's in, luck. Hello, Hillbilly.
And Margaret Dundley, she's in.
Oh, hello, Margaret.
She just sneaked in, she have. Right, the other thing now, a man wanted a birthday cake. Well, his wife wanted a birthday cake for her husband. Now, that's the photograph that she provided the bakery. Right, so as you can see, it's a fishing pond. There's a rod on a bit of a, I don't know, jetty or something. And a nice sign, happy 50th birthday, Dad. Or it was to our father, rather. Right? Now then, what they got was this. So
happy, and it's although it's rubbish, it says happy 30th birthday, Graham.
Yeah, so they had everything totally wrong. Now the next one was a mother wanted a Frozen birthday cake for her daughter, and this is Elsa from Frozen. And what they had was this. Looks like a baboon with makeup on, doesn't it?
It does. I was thinking Miss Piggy, but no, it's Miss Piggy's prettier than that.
Yeah. So
that's terrible, isn't it?
Now another thing was a woman, a young lady rather. She was always eating her hair, picking it out and eating her hair all the time. And after a while, she started having bad stomach, and they give her an X-ray, and they thought she had a big cyst in the stomach, you know. So when they opened that up, inside they found that, and that's hair. It's a hair ball. She'd been eating hair for a number of years, and it built up inside her. So if your kids are eating hair, tell them to stop it, because
and it's an habit. See, Gary, you see loads of kids like that with the hair in their mouths, don't you?
Yeah.
I have had trouble in mind.
The thing is, you've had it all.
Yeah. There's nothing there now.
Now then, I don't know if everybody's seen on the news where this youngish lady, she had a photograph done, full length, and she was by a mirror, and behind her was a chair, and one of the chair legs looks like something other than a chair leg. So we'll have a look now down the bottom. So as you can see, there, in the middle, it looks like a man's Bithingalo. That's Welsh for phallic item. So it looks terrible, doesn't it? But it does. It's a chair leg, you know. But
no, see, the camera angle had to be perfect for that, didn't it? Fair play.
Yeah.
I've taken off though, Inga. Bloody hell.
Getting excited, John.
Yeah.
Right. Phoebe naughty.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, you'll have to take that off. The next lot is a load of pumpkins that were taken photographs of last year. So the first one is the pumpkin cat, which didn't look very much like a cat. I think he might have been better when he was standing up.
Oh, it broke my eye.
Yeah, but it fell over. Next one's a Frankenstein pumpkin, which has got plaster through. Next one's a roller coaster pumpkin. I can't see that's a roller coaster pumpkin.
No, me. That's just, I don't know what that is.
And the next one is somebody that you may know. So,
yeah, it does look like him and all.
It looks like somebody that me and John both know. And the proportions are about right. So, yeah, so that's that. Oh, God. Where are we going here? Let me just put that back up. There we are.
Oh, well, I tell you what, a lot of things going on on Facebook now. A lot of negativity as well. Whenever you go on there, there's people. You know, if somebody's got an opinion, and it might be the same opinion as somebody else, they call them sheep. Oh, you're a sheep, you are. Now, I believe that normally means you're a sheep if I don't agree with what you say. Because whichever way you look at it in life, everyone is a sheep. Because everyone does what they got to do what they told. Like we told drive on the left-hand side of the road. Well, you're a sheep then. If you do, no, basically being a sheep means that you follow the rules. To me, it's the other people that are wrong by not doing the rules.
Yeah.
But there we are. There is a lot of there's a lot of that, you know. And there is a lot of negativity as well, I fancy, on during these sad times. You know, instead of people trying to be happy, because honestly, I know from experience, right? If you try to make the best of things, it is so much better than complaining and say, "Oh, the world's terrible. This is going to happen. That's going to happen." It brings you down. It really brings you down. But if you try to do the best, listen, nobody likes this situation. Nobody at all. I hate it. But you've got to try and, get some goals. You've got to, even if it's looking forward, you don't have to watch a telly all the time because there's some rubbish on. But go through the guide, go through the guide and see some good things that's on and just watch it for them and do other things that'll keep you active, because can you imagine this happening now, right? Wales are on a lockdown now, and we get through and it's getting worse with, and then as we are ending, Boris goes, unfortunately, we're all going into lockdown. And so that, because although we got the Welsh government, he has got the power to take us all into lockdown.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
And if that happens, well.
Thing is, I think you would probably get used to it, I don't go out drinking, I don't go playing darts or anything or whatever, My life is more or less with my daughter and then on the internet. So
yeah,
as long as I got them two things, I don't care really.
No, I know, but like I say, and sometimes you think of other people, think what they are doing, and think that Patsy's off. Would you remember my massive pumpkin? Well, don't tell everyone about my massive pumpkin, Patsy.
What?
See, look what she's written there. Remember your massive pumpkin, John? Yes, yeah. I remember it. Yes, it wasn't brilliant, put it that way.
Is it? Have we got photos then?
Photos. Oh, I have actually. I tell you what we could all do this week if you want, right? We could have a pumpkin carving competition.
We can, yeah.
And next Friday, we won't know who they are, right? Me and you will know, but we can have a little vote and see who's the winner. And they will win nothing at all. But the prestige of having the best pumpkin. What do you think of that, everyone? That's a good one, isn't it?
That'd be very good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. When is your daughter's birthday card? Now, I know it's not going to be the same, but you can make an extra special one. As long as it's not by Monday, what you can do is have an imagination, get the loveliest photos you can, and get her a lovely moon pig card. She'll be over the moon. And I was surprised. I had about 5 different photos on a card. I can't remember who I bought it for. It was for Patsy or one of my brother or sister. And it cost about £3. Well, the cards uptown cost £2, and you got to get up there. So it was, honestly, you can make an extra special card there.
Yeah, I'm up for doing it.
Scrap it, man's in luck.
Hey, Gary, how are things? How's Martin? I did mention that Gary's mother and Martin's wife, she was looking very nice the other day. She had a lovely green top on and a matching scarf. And she looked really...
lovely. Very classy, was she, guy?
Well, she was. Fair play to her. She always looks tidy, you know?
Yeah.
And, she was looking really smart. Fair play to her.
So I won't go really into it deeply, but did anyone see the documentary about last night about the Clydach murders up there? It's very, very interesting. We'll say we can't say much about it on here because we're on. I think it's what you class it as a live stream, so we won't go into it. But I think you can put onto it. But it was a very interesting program anyway. That's all. Did you see it, guy?
I didn't know. I don't watch BBC.
Ah, right.
Because it's too much stuff that I'm not keen on, you know.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, and you got to have a license for it, haven't you?
Yeah, and I don't have one. So I refuse to pay for one.
That's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough. It's just that I've always had one. I have, so it's just like I don't, from year to year now. I don't fill nothing in. It just gets taken out automatically every month, like, you know. Yeah, they were having a discussion on the chat there, saying what they say, but I'm not going to comment on that. But just thought I put it out there a minute. The people got their opinions on who it was and things like that. But there we are. There's that. There's that there. But now I tell you what I just saw before I come on here. Right, I was going through because our show came up, see that, and so the next one down, and I thought, good God, look at it was Mike Tyson getting ready for a fight. Right, he's starting to fight again now, and I thought, 54, he's not going to be much of much of a contender now. But have you seen him? Oh my golly! What I tell you what, right? He must have been in training for a long time. He has got a body probably now of a 25-year-old, but an amazing 25-year-old. He is looking. I think his body is looking better now than it's ever looked.
Yeah,
he looks absolutely awesome. Now, but it's strange because looking at his head, it's as if his head doesn't belong in his body because he's got like a greying beard, and you can see all the all the scars that he's had throughout the years on his face, and he looks old, right? Yeah. But his body is looking incredible. Now, to say that he'll win the world title at his time of life is that might be going a bit too far, but he's going to win some fights. He's looking at the shape of him, right, and the speed that he is doing doing the training. He's incredible. I tell you what, after this, have a look at him.
I will.
Just, have a look. It's amazing.
Thing is, if he comes second, he still wins a lot of money, doesn't he?
Well, yeah. Coming second isn't very good in the boxing, guy.
No, not very good.
No.
But, depends who he's up against, doesn't it? You know.
Well, I suppose I think the bloke was Roy Jones. He's going to fight. I think I don't really know.
Yeah. But he was known as an aggressive boxer, wasn't he?
Oh, he was really good.
So we just have to see how he goes. I know his son is boxing.
Oh, Tyson's. I didn't know he had a son.
Yeah, he got a son, and he's started doing boxing now.
Well, how old is he? Do you know?
No, I'm not sure. I think he's around about 20 odd.
Kyle is in luck. Benjamin A3. Evening, Kyle. Yeah, Ryan, yes, he does look, if he could bite 2 years off his time, but he's looking great, fair play. But he was getting, what I don't think he could handle that time. He don't think he could handle. He could handle losing, but he couldn't handle being beaten up, and that's what was happening to him that time. He was being beaten up, you know.
Yeah.
And he couldn't handle that, so he thought, right, only way out of this if I get disqualified. That's what I think. I don't think he's ever said that anyway, you know.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? You have to see. It'll be soon, won't it? In the new year, probably, is it?
It's got, yeah. I'm not sure. Look, I'd be surmising anyway if I said that. Look, but
hey, guess who's 80 today?
80?
Yeah, Tom Jones.
No, he was 80 bloody months ago.
No, was he?
He was, wasn't he? Yes, but he was 80. But you've been looking on the computer now.
Wales Online, innit? They're always slow.
They were. No, I'm sure he was like June or something like that, I think.
Was he?
Yes, man.
80. He's old, though, isn't he?
Oh, and his voice, when you listen to an older man or woman whose voice was really strong, when they get to 80, whether even 70 even, they sort of lose it a bit. But you can tell they were a good singer, but they haven't got the power in that there. He's still got masses of power in that. He's incredible. Fair play, absolutely incredible.
He is. Fair play.
Yeah, Shalom is right. He's better than ever. Yeah, you're right, Shalom.
So how long can he go on, isn't it?
Well, it's anyone's guess, really. He's looking quite good, isn't he?
Looking fit, isn't he?
Yeah, very. Fair play to him.
Used to be big friends with Elvis Presley.
Yeah, that's why they used to play together out in Vegas all the time, didn't they?
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you imagine that, didn't it? You could do with them. I got my friend, bring my friend home with me, man. And Elvis Presley comes in with him.
Amazing, wasn't it? Oh, God. Well, the police are out. What's that?
No.
Has anybody seen the new Borat film? No.
What? I don't even know. Right, I am going to embarrass myself. I don't even know what he's talking about. What's Borat?
Oh, he's a big tall guy with a beard, with a moustache, and he walks around with onesies and stuff. Mankinis. Do you know him?
Right. No, I'm going to tell you.
I haven't seen much of him either.
No, I haven't seen him. Was he? Yes, you were going to say about the police. I think I know what you were going to say, guy.
Yeah, the police are watching all the caravans coming over from England tonight. They're trying to beat this COVID thing, this lockdown. So they've been trying to come across the A55 from England into Wales, but they're gonna stop them tonight now. Arrest them all. Yeah, Mankini, that's the one, isn't it?
Michael is in luck. Hello, everyone. Hope we're okay, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't looked for it. I haven't looked for Mars this week, but I seen it last week, Shalom. Apparently, Mars is going to be is the nearest it's been to us for a long time.
Yeah, I seen Mars the other night. Where you said to look up there, it was up there.
Yeah.
But I am going to binoculars, yeah. Otherwise, I would have had a look, But
I got some lovely binoculars I had for my birthday, actually. Because I like looking at the wildlife and things like that. When we had that cold snap a good couple of years ago, we had some birdseed from Russia come in. They were quite rare around here, but there was flocks of them, and I was there with my binoculars looking tidy. But yeah, I had a good look at that. And it is the only orange, like star, if you want, in the sky. You can't miss it.
Yeah.
You have a look up and you see it.
So are you a bit of a twitcher, John?
Yes, man. I enjoy it. Enjoy looking, see what birds are there. There's my next door neighbour. We had one, right? But it was the rats would come, and my dog was going crackers, right? All through the day and night he was going. So we got rid of ours.
Yeah.
But the next door neighbours got theirs out, and I'm not. We've had jays there. Obviously, we've had crows and magpies and that, right, which are quite common, and sparrows and house sparrows and chaffinches, things like that. But we've had woodpeckers there, a pair of woodpeckers in the spring. Obviously, they've gone now because they only come round here in the spring and that.
Yeah.
But the amount that we got wrens, we got robins. Oh, there's just so many out there. It's incredible. And I make these bird baths tonight. So she got one of them. I watching them all bathing is brilliant. It is. It's really good.
Do they attract rats then? The seed when they put birds together?
Yeah, of course they will. Because rats will eat anything. But they'll the stuff that falls to the floor, they love it. And if you put it as well, that the rats are very good climbers as well. See, so if you just put it out hanging off a wall with like a bracket or something, they'll climb the wall for it.
Yeah.
So, but she's got it, so it's on like a high pole, so they can't climb that. But they as long as they've got water and food, Gary, they'll go anywhere.
Good.
Honestly, and you're inundated with them. But like I say, our dog absolutely loves them, and so yeah. So if we have them, we don't have them for long. That way.
Does he eat them?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't allow. Right, because of how he goes absolutely crackers. We with him. I tell you the truth, right? I'm not brilliant with rats, so Patsy does most of it. To tell you the truth, right?
I know.
But once he dead, right, yeah. I'm fine, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as he kills it, I'll run out, or not run. I'll get to him as quick as I can, and because he will eat them if we don't stop him. See.
Yeah.
So once he dead, I'm fine. I'll go and pick it up and chuck it away. But yeah, you gotta watch so they don't eat them really,
Yeah, but where they chuck them over next door.
Yeah, well, I have. It's normally, but I have put poo in a letterbox.
Oh, well, that's better.
Yeah, I don't want to make a mess on the grass. See.
Exactly, you're right there.
Yeah.
So now then, them binoculars, they'd be perfect to look into people's bathrooms.
Now then, why on earth did you say that now? Because I've had a look and everyone's bathroom is facing away from you, but yeah.
Oh, there's no good. So can you see up the mountain with them then?
Oh, yeah, perfectly. The problem our mountain got now, when we were kids, right? A lot of that mountain didn't have trees. So you had the trees halfway up, and then all the deer would come down, and you can see everything. Now you can hardly see anything now because there's so many trees up there. But up the very top, I could see it. I can see it. If somebody was sitting on top of the air raid shelter over there, the radar station, I'd be able to see them perfectly.
Good God.
Yeah, it's great. The binoculars I got, they're good ones.
Because you've got Thomas's farm now right on the top, and then you've got Tyler's farm on the left.
Yes, that's right. But you can't see that. You can't see oversea because there's when you get to the top there is a dip.
Yeah.
So you could just about see where the radar station is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you could see everything. I watched a deer up there the other day, just up by the very top, but I was watching it for ages. But yeah, then he toddled up, and there's loads of deer up there. See, and I tell you what else there is, what people don't realise around you now, a wild boar.
Good gosh.
There really are loads of them. And what happened, right, is a farmer had them. And, he had loads of them. But they escaped. And he lost every single one that he bought. He lost them. Well, they go into the woods. There's no way you'll catch him. And they bred.
And they
Yeah, there's absolutely loads up there now around Maga Mountain up there. But yeah, there's absolutely loads up there.
Good God. Well, I was going to go up there for a walk, but I'm not going to bother now.
Oh no, these boar, they won't go near you because they'll be scared of being caught or whatnot. See, no, you'll be very, very lucky to see one. The same as you'll be lucky to see a deer, because when you are walking through the woods, the deer will scarper. They don't want to see you.
Yeah.
But there are hundreds up in Maga Mountain, but they're deer, hundreds of them.
Oh, I've seen loads of deer. When I was younger, I used to be a ranger down the Margam Park, you know.
Oh, aye.
So used to go up in the Land Rover and up over the top and everything. So and they used to shoot the old ones during January.
Yeah, that's right. They say, "Let me go. You got to kill them, haven't you?"
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right there, Shalom. It started off in Maesteg. There was a farm in Maesteg that had them, and eventually, now that was a long time ago. Now, eventually, they've made their way down this way now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everything is good.
They'll be down Morva down next now, won't they? Down Morva Beach down that way.
Yeah. No, thing is, Kyle, you've got to have a license now, right, to shoot the deer and that. And unless you shoot with crossbows, they make a big noise. So, hey, here's Carrie Ann, look. How are you, lovely?
Nice to see you here.
Really nice to see you.
It's nice to have a bit of time out there, seeing it.
Oh, definitely.
Betty's husband and my uncle killed the deer in Margam.
Oh, you do carry on. She was Michael.
Oh, right.
Remember, but she forgot to change. We done something the other day. We won't go into it now, but I'll tell you after, Gav. It was that's brilliant. That was quite funny, but I don't want to go explaining now, you know. But
I know it. I did see what you done.
Yeah.
It was quite funny.
It was well done.
Yes.
But so there's loads on there. But yeah, you gotta be, if you decide to go down there, and then you're up against it now, I'm afraid. But I wouldn't recommend it, put it that way.
Yeah, and you've got to have proper rifles and stuff, you know, because it'd be nothing worse than shooting an animal and not killing it, and there it is. It runs off for a bit and then dies in pain, you know?
Shoot it in the shoulder or something like that. No, you got to have the proper stuff, you know, one shot, boom, gone.
Yeah, that's right.
But,
there used to be a head ranger in Margam Park called Rex. Rex Bradley, I think his name was. And he used to go shooting. But he was a bit of I didn't like him. I couldn't get on with him.
Yeah.
Anyway, he passed away now.
All right. Listen, Gary, forgive me for doing this a minute, right? We got like 15 minutes before the ghost stories. I'm going to take a break, if that's all right with you, right?
Yeah, fine.
I won't be long now.
All right, no worries. There we are. He's gone for whatever he's gone for. So how is everybody tonight? You all okay? They're locked down now because of lockdown. We're going to keep the chat open after John's finished the ghost stories. So we'll be on till 12 or whatever. There may not be me here or John because I've got to see to my daughter and all that. But we'll be back and forth. So, but you can all chat in the chat room if you want to stay. So, and I will do that throughout the 17 days now. Perhaps not every day, but we'll see it if we can do it every other day or whatever, just to carry it on, you know. So, because otherwise it gets rather boring, doesn't it? I know. Like I've got loads of stuff to do. Painting the house and weeding the garden and mowing the lawn and all these other things. So I got lots of DIY. So Benjamin A3, Kyle. So no taxis, is it, Kyle? Taxis have been stopped as well. Yes, we need to pray hard for Christmas, I think. Yeah, you still got a picture of Mike. A very heavy beard there, Cowrie. Up the Bond Empire. Brooke Bond is in. George Bond. Bond Empire. Oh, George, you're copying everybody. Huh? Bond Empire. Oh. I was talking to Chris Reardon earlier. I'm talking all about the shows and everything and how his show was going. So perhaps I'll have him on here next week on the live, if he wants to come on here and have a chat. I know some people don't like watching his show, but I go in and out. Some days I watch it, other days I don't. And I think he probably comes here as well and watches it, and off he goes. So, but like his show, he does it for about 3 hours. It's a lot of work. You try talking for 3 hours and trying to make sense. I can't do it for half an hour sometimes. Bond Empire, Zurich, Yahoo. No, he's still working, are you, Kyle? People have got to go to hospitals and stuff, see them. They got to go shopping, essential foods. So it's good that that's happening. So anything changed then? Have you put your prices up or something, Benjamin? Kyle? Because it seems to be everybody's prices are shooting up. The local Chinese beer now. Evans oval pie, £1.90 for an oval pie. £1.90. Small chips, £2.50. But there's no shortage of potatoes. You can get them everywhere. But Evans oval pie and chips, £4.90 or something it came to. I nearly had a heart attack. I think I'll make them. To make a pie, it's nothing. It's pastry and a bit of minced beef. But you can make one for about, 60 pence probably. And they charge you £1.90 or whatever it is. And chips then, look, 2, 3 spuds, 4 spuds at the most. How much is that? £1, perhaps? Are they doubling up? More than doubling up. But it's convenient, isn't it? Right, John is back. You okay, John?
Oh, sorry about that, everyone. I had to slip out. I was listening to your conversation on the way back in, and you go up to Tyback there, and they sell their pies to the public for £1.20, right? But that's not what they sell to the chip shops for.
No.
So the chip shops are probably, they are charging an absolute fortune.
They are. Patsy's saying I should try Clark's pie. I do buy it. You can get them from Iceland. You can get Clark's pies. They're lovely. But
they are nice, but not the same as Evans pies, man.
Evans pie with a bit of brown sauce. I love it.
Me too. But hey, as we was on the subject before, something came to me by there. That with all the woodland and everything we got, right, and with all the deer we got, and like I said about the boar that we got there now, this has got to be prime territory for these big cats that's about. What do you think of it? There was one sighted a while ago in Baglan, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, where we are has got to be prime land for the big cats. But I'm surprised that we haven't. We haven't seen any more of it here.
Yeah, we would have thought so, but I don't know. Perhaps the Sasquatch is up there as well, John.
The Goitra Sasquatch. He's there's a Goitra Sasquatch. He'll be there. Great big thing is with Yeah, so a big airy fella. He's up there. But
Ginger beard, isn't
I haven't seen him, Gab. But if you say you got a ginger beard, I'm not going to argue with him.
I think I've seen him shopping once. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying that about Chris Reardon. I had a chat with Chris Reardon earlier, and he does a show for about 3 hours. And I was saying how hard it is to talk sense for 3 hours. It's really hard.
It's unbelievably hard. I didn't realize how hard it would be. And you know how professional we are, Gav, the amount of hours we take to prepare for this show.
Yeah.
About 10 minutes, isn't it? But still, it is hard. You think you could talk about everything. Try to keep it interesting as well, and also give the people who are watching chance to answer. It's very hard, you know.
It is very hard. I mean, I've more or less run out of things to say. And thank God, in 9 minutes you'll be talking, Joe.
Yeah, we won't be long now. That we got we got 4 ghost stories tonight. Actually, we got 2 crackers. So there's people sending me like short stories, but I will read them out tonight. But they're not really stories as such. They just given a little experience of what they had. But that's fine. You know, you can say that without the story being involved in it, what you've seen, so that's fine as well. I've been promised one by Shalom again, but obviously I haven't had anything in my box there.
Yeah.
But
thing is, there are loads of ghost stories, but you've got to look through them and find out which are possibly true and which are made up, innit? So we don't want too much made up.
No, I know that. And the thing is, right, because we've been doing them a while now, we can spot the ones that's been made up and ones that haven't.
Yeah.
Is Elizabeth Lewis? Hi, Liz. How are you?
Yeah, nice to see you here tonight.
Yeah, Park Nest is in as well. Now, look, they're coming in for the stories, I think, that.
There we are. And there'll be a chat afterwards as well. So
yeah, we carrying on a little bit after tonight. So these stories that I got tonight, like there's 2 of them now that's just shown a little bit of what they and I think what they doing really is seeing how they pan out on you, and then hopefully they'll give us the full story, you know.
Yeah.
So they'll do that, but 2 of them are real good stories. There's like, you know, story from, you know, like a proper story from start to finish, and the 2 of them are very good, you know. So I'm looking forward to reading these out, and you can tell yourself when they're good, because when you read them for the first time, you're either looking behind you or you feel that chill, you know.
Yeah, hairs on the back of your neck.
Yeah. 2 of them I did have a bit of a chill. What, Bond Empire, is that George, is it?
Yeah. Martin Butler's got Butler's Empire, see, so George is copying.
Oh, right, I see.
Oh, he's funny, George, isn't he?
Yeah, 009 is in the house.
Yeah. Who else is coming in? Anybody else? So how is Park Nest's channel? How's he doing? I've been watching most of them. And it seems to be, you know, the engines inside out. He's working on cars underneath engines, you know. And but there was one, I think he done it last year, where it was very windy, and he was underneath, and he was trying to do the oil, change the oil, and the oil was blowing everywhere. Well, it was quite funny, but I felt sorry for him because he would have been covered in oil. So, yeah, it's hard work, Park Nest, isn't it? Trying to video everything and but you know, that's what people want to see, don't they? They want to see content like that.
Yeah, you did right, but my engine is under the blinking front seats, believe it or not.
Good God. How do you get at it then? You've got to take the seats out of it.
Yeah, but honest to God, I didn't. When I first started, I thought, how hard it's going to be. It literally takes, once you're used to it, it takes about, under 10 minutes to get them out. And you've got good bit of, seems to be more room to work when from in there. And it can be drier if it's raining as well. Like.
Yeah. Thing is, you can't sit down to do anything, you've got to lean in.
Yeah, that's quite right. Right.
So if it's raining, your legs, you can be a bit wet. There we are. Yeah, the Parkness was saying it was in his bloopers and outtakes.
Oh, right, man.
Which he got for his channel. But it was a bit funny, but I felt sad, sorry for him as well. Because it would have been hell under there.
Oh, good gosh, aye.
It's really windy. So anybody wants to have a look at Parkness, he does motoring engines and stuff. If you go onto his YouTube channel. And Gary then from Scrap It Man, he does a lot of stuff with cars. He got, I think, an ST220, which is Mondeo. Him and his father got the same sort of car, and they doing them up, So it's quite interesting to watch them all. Jackie Morgan.
Yeah. Evening, Jackie.
Yeah, George Bond he's going to copy you next, Parkness. He's going to drop the oil on his friend's car. So you watch out, he'll be doing it.
All right, so it was tonight's video from Parkness was a generator revival.
Good gosh. I think I did see him. When you had it, it was a small little generator, I think, innit? And I think he had it reasonably cheap or free or something. But
well, you can't get much cheaper than free, can you?
No, it was good though. Jackie Morgan, she's in.
Yeah, she's all the way from Glasgow, is Jackie.
Good gosh. That's where that guy had the pickled onions.
Oh, was it?
From Glasgow, yeah.
They see in earlier, Jack, they had this fella had he was doing deep fried, battered, pickled onions. I didn't like the sound of that.
Yeah. Show you them now quickly, if I can find it. There we are. Deep fried, battered, pickled onion. I would try one, but I don't think they'd be very nice.
Oh no, I'd try one. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't fancy it at all.
Right, John's about to start.
Yeah, I'm.
2 minutes.
Yeah, well, I'm ready now, guy. Whenever
you're ready.
You are.
Okay.
Yes, ready. Right. Hello, everybody. Just a quick intro now that once I got to here, I got 4 stories tonight, and 2 of them are just like I think they're going to be like preludes to what we're going to expect off these 2 people. I'm not sure, but they have said this is just like a little experience of a bit of background, really, I think. So I was sent these 2, and then we've got 2 stories later on there. But so I'm planning on doing the 2 longer stories last. So without further ado, this is the first story that we're just going to call Spirits. Ever since I was a little girl, I noticed I was able to see spirits, good and evil ones. Well, growing up wasn't that easy, knowing that I could see them. I'd be so scared because they knew I could see them as well, and some days they would attack me, like verbally sometimes, and sometimes just scare me. It would get so bad, my parents had to bring a preacher to come and bless our house so many times. Even when we moved, the spirits would follow me around. Well, 4 years ago, I spoke with a woman who was able to block me from seeing spirits. She told me it would only last for a while and it would come back, but I just wanted a break, so I told her to do it. She did it, and really, I forgot that these spirits would come back, but back they came. So 2 weeks ago, I started noticing that I felt like someone was watching me. I started feeling that I was being followed, but I didn't really want to believe it, but they did come back. Last week, I came home from a school trip with my kids, and right when I opened the door, I saw a black shadow behind my door. I could see he was tall, white male, maybe around the 30s. I wasn't afraid. He was just standing there, and then he left. So Thursday night, I put the kids to sleep. It was maybe around 11. I heard like somebody was in the kitchen just walking around, and I thought it was my husband as he gets off work very late. But when I went to go and check, there was nobody there. I did get scared because I wasn't expecting it. But then when I realized what it was, I just went up to bed. So this morning I woke up and I felt someone was staring at me. And I looked over to the right of my room and noticed like an old, tall, scary looking man walking towards my door and headed out to my room. I was so afraid, and well, I'm at the point I don't know what to do because I haven't had to deal with this type of stuff for a long, long time. All I know is that I have to pray every day and night like I used to, and leave it up to God to protect my family. So people don't realize there's another world out there, and many don't know about it, and it is scary. I will be writing more, and I will be sending more. So thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to the story that I've sent. Thank you, and may God bless you all. You see what I mean there? It was just not so much a story, but just really a prelude of what I think that she will be sending me again. And I think this one's quite similar. And this is called Grandma's House. As a child, one of my earliest memories was standing at the foot of my grandmother's staircase, looking up at the stairs, feeling uneasy. What my grandmother used to call the dark at the top of the stairs. Years later, my grandmother passed, and now the house was my auntie's. And I used to hang out with my cousin, and I frequently stayed the night with him. Her room was the back room, where I stayed years prior. At night, it was pitch black in Grandma's house. You couldn't see a hand in front of your face. Below my bed was an old fireplace. It was a long time ago since it was used. My cousin fell asleep shortly after going to bed, and I couldn't sleep for the life of me. I twisted and I turned and felt like I was trying to sleep for hours. I rolled over at one stage during the night, and there was a white thing standing at the bottom of my bed. It reminded me years later of a picture I used to see of my grandmother. It was like the exact same shape, but maybe because the room was so dark, it would just seem to be like a white figure, like cloudy. Now I have got terrible eyesight without my glasses on. And that night I felt blessed I couldn't see it clearly. It felt like a long time I was laying there with this thing, absolutely terrified. I don't know how long it was or where I got the courage to roll over and stare at the wall, hoping sleep would come sooner or later. I still felt that whatever it was still stood at the bottom of my bed. That night felt like an eternity. And I never have told anyone that story, except I'm writing it today for the first time. Years later, my cousin threw a party, and a friend of mine stayed over in the front bedroom of the house, the same one. The next day, he told me in pure disbelief that during the night, in the corner, he woke to find something standing there on the far side of the room. I asked him to draw the shape, and it was exactly what I saw years previous. I never stayed there again. Over the years, I've asked my mother and siblings, did they ever experience anything? My aunt, who's now in the 60s, said, oddly, one night I went downstairs for milk, and in the kitchen was this white thing, spinning in the middle of the kitchen, and her father saying, go to bed, Kate. My father had died years previous to that. My aunt who lives in there wakes up in the mornings to find all the cupboards and drawers open. It's something now she classes as normal and isn't bothered by it. But for no money on this earth would I spend another night in that house. And this person again, thanks for us receiving it and being able to read it out to you. Now, them two are the sort of stories that really were the short ones. Now, this story, I received this last night, and well, I just want to get on and read it. And this one we've called The Lady in the Landing. The first time I noticed anything untoward is the first time I saw her. She was in the landing window, just looking out, doing nothing, not moving, just standing there. But I knew it wasn't right, because she had died 6 months earlier. This was one of my neighbours in the street I grew up in. Why she would appear to me was a mystery in itself. I hardly ever spoke to her when she was alive. Of course I'd say hello, and I'd very rarely stop and chat even, but nothing special. Nothing you'd think would warrant a visit from somewhere in the afterlife. But that was the start of it. That was, it seemed, to be the catalyst of my summer, of the summer of the scariest year ever. I'd see Mrs. Thomas nearly every time I went past now, sometimes very clearly, sometimes just a shadow, and sometimes I just know she was there, as if she was hiding, but I could feel her watching me. I started to walk home a different way after that. It was a little bit longer, but not so scary. It was around that time the noises started in our house. I was 24. I lived with my mother in the house I grew up in. My father passed away 5 years previous after a long illness. Me and Mum were very close as we did so much together. It was only the previous year that she started to be turning the corner after my father's illness and death. We would go everywhere together, shopping, cinema, and recently socializing. She fitted in with my friends and I fitted in with hers. Everything was perfect. One day we were sitting down after dinner, watching TV, when I told her about Mrs. Thomas. Strangely, she dismissed it out of hand, told me to shut up, and that I was imagining it. I was really taken aback about this. Like I said before, we got on amazingly well, and this was so out of character for my mother, to be so short with me. I wish we had talked that night, as I could have shared with her the things that were about to start. But then, I guess, it could have been one of the reasons it started that night, because it knew I wouldn't have anyone to talk to about it. When Mum went to bed about 9 that night, it was early for her, and about 9:45, I heard a knocking, tapping, as if someone was rapping on the table. I went up to see what Mum wanted, but she was fast asleep. Puzzled, I went back downstairs. I was halfway down the stairs when I heard it again. It was definitely coming from upstairs. Thinking Mum was playing tricks on me, I sneaked up. I waited outside her room, but I could only hear gentle snoring. Mum was fast asleep. An eerie kind of coldness fell all around. I had goosebumps all over. I didn't know what to do. I came back downstairs. I put it down to my imagination, so I settled down, and the rest of the evening, like hundreds of evenings before, it was me, the TV, and hot chocolate. A few weeks went by with tap-ins, knock-ins, getting more frequent. I knew my mother heard them, as when they happened, she always looked up. I talked to her about it, but she dismissed it out of hand, saying she heard nothing. But I knew she did. Mammy had changed. She'd be less talkative. She stopped coming out with me, and when she went out with her friends, I wasn't invited. It was hard because I didn't know why, and she wouldn't talk about it. One day, there was a very loud bang upstairs. Mum was upstairs getting ready to go out. I shouted up if she was all right, and she shouted back down, yes, I'm fine. I decided to go up and see. When I got upstairs, the door was ajar, and she sat on her bed crying. And she was talking. She was saying, please leave me alone, and leave my daughter alone. I walked in. She just looked up at me and burst into tears. Oh, Julie, she said, I'm sorry. I just wanted to protect you. But it won't go away. With that, the bedroom door slammed. We both screamed. We heard a deep, guttural laugh. The room went ice cold, and the light on the ceiling swung back and forth. We hung on to each other. Eventually, the room turned back to normal. I told my mother to tell me everything. She said there's not much to tell, but she told me anyway, and she told me that her and two of her friends were having a girls' night in our house about 3 months ago. They started talking about the supernatural, laughing, joking, and generally trying to scare each other. One of her friends would bang the table. They were sitting round and swear it wasn't her. Then they'd burst out laughing until there was a knock coming from the front room. They all stopped laughing and went to investigate. The light was on that they knew was off, and all the drawers were open on the dresser. She said after that, the tap-ins, knock-ins started. They seemed to be coming from everywhere. That was the night my mother changed. She said she'd see shadows everywhere. She'd hear cries and mumblings and knocks. She said she tried to hide everything from me. Well, I knew now we needed to do something about it. And we need to do it sooner rather than later. I told my mother that now there was two of us. We'd be able to beat it. And we would be much stronger together. But things didn't change much. We didn't know what to do. We were just normal people. I tried looking for, people who could help us. And one of my friend's parents suggested we should try the local spiritual church. Local spiritual church? I didn't even know there was a national one, let alone a local one. So we found where it was, and unbelievably, it was only 3 miles away from our house. We found out there are hundreds of spiritual churches all over Britain, and Wales had many, many of them. We were told that whatever town you lived in, there'd be at least 2 of them in every town. Never heard of it before. So we went one Wednesday night. We told someone the basics of our story and was told they have just the man we need. The lady told us there was a very good, strong couple that would help us. But unfortunately, the man's wife had died about 9 months ago, and the man is still helping people when they need his help. We were taken to the man, and I couldn't believe it. It was Mr. Roberts, the man who actually lived on our street. And not only that, but it was his wife I saw every day when I walked past his house in the landing window. The first day I saw her was the start of our paranormal experience as well. Well, so we told Mr. Thomas everything, leaving nothing out. He listened intently, and then I told him about what I had saw in his landing window. He just smiled and said, "She's still around. She still wants to help people. She used to talk about you, you know. Used to stop and talk sometimes. That meant the world to her. We will help you. And yes, you heard right. We will help you. She's still with me, you see. Maybe not in person, but she's here with me, all right." Well, Mr. Thomas came to our house that very night. And I could tell you that there were fireworks screaming, banging, the doors banging and shutting, opening and closing, but that would be a lie. He went in, he told us to stay outside. Half hour later, he came out. He said he was just a mischievous spirit. It's gone now. Enjoy your life and be grateful for what, be careful for what you play with. Now, we don't know to this day if it was a malevolent spirit, or was it just, as he said, a mischievous spirit. He was right though, the house was back to normal. Our lives went back to how it was, except for a few exceptions. We are now regulars at the spiritual church, and each day I walk home, I go past Mr. and Mrs. Thomas's house. I have never seen Mrs. Thomas again. I call in regularly now, and Mr. Thomas comes to our house for Sunday dinner. Who would have thought that first sighting of the ghost would end like this? Thank you for allowing me to share the story with you, and I hope your listeners will enjoy it. Take care, everyone. Love, Julie. Now, that did send a few shivers down my spine when I first read that one. And I thoroughly enjoyed reading it too. It was, to me, a classic ghost story which I've never heard before of any kind. So we now come to this story, and it came to me, and it was already named, and it's called Not Any Graveyard. A cold chill came across the graveyard as I took some flowers to my mother's grave. There was silence. No birds, nothing. I felt uneasy, as if someone or something was watching me. I had my camera and decided to take a photo of the grave to send to my sister who lives in Paris. I snapped away, taking photos of the flowers and the graveyard. When I got home and decided to load them onto my Apple tablet and looking through them, I could see an old lady hiding behind one of the gravestones. She looked very old and dressed in rags and was holding out one hand, but I had not seen her at the time. I was working all week, but decided to visit the graveyard on Sunday afternoon. As I walked round, I met an old man who was placing flowers on a grave, and I asked him, "Have you seen an old lady in this graveyard?" And I described it to him. "Well, yes," he said, "that's my wife. She passed 20 years ago, and lots of people have seen her, but not me." I said she came from behind the gravestones over there, and I pointed to a large headstone, and even walked to it and pointed to the grave. When I looked up, he had gone, I looked down at the inscription and it read, "Here lays the body of Mr. and Mrs. Thomas, who tragically died together when their house caught fire." Then, who was that man? And then it struck me. He was a ghost, but where had he gone and why was he over there? I asked the church minister and he said that grave was of their 2 children who had also perished in the fire. The fire had started from a badly wired Christmas tree which had set the rest of the downstairs alight. The 2 children were on bunk beds and had died from the smoke which entered every room upstairs. The lady was standing in the front window shouting for her husband who was outside trying to get in. But the front door jammed shut, and as he forced his way inside, there was a rush of flames which engulfed him. The neighbours tried to stop him entering the house, but he said, "My family are in there." When the fire brigade entered the house, the husband had made it to the top of the stairs, but he never got to his wife or children. The minister said it was a sad story which had played out on so many occasions due to the old Christmas lights of the 1960s. I sent my sister the photos, but she said she couldn't see the old lady on them. And when I checked my tablet, she had also gone. So that tonight is your ghost stories. Once again, I'd like to thank you for listening. And so we should have Gary coming back any minute now.
There we are. Yeah, they were all good stories tonight. Nice and scary.
Oh, that was nice. What do you? So, what do you think of them, and Gar? All of them?
All of them were really good. The last 2 were very, very scary, weren't they?
Yes, the last 2 were brilliant. I really enjoyed them. You know.
And I got to say, we did try and video the stories yesterday, didn't we?
we actually did, yeah. We went down to Magam Abbey graveyard just after dark, around about 7 o'clock. It was pitch black. Right, and I'm not joking. I thought I saw something, and Gary said, "I think I've seen somebody," and he pointed to where I saw it, exactly the same place. But we did come out of there, but not for that reason. But we couldn't get the light in right there because we were just a silhouette, you said, wasn't it?
Yeah, the camera wouldn't shoot in the dark. It was it was pitch black, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just dark. But we'll try another time, innit?
Yeah, we'll do it. We will definitely go down and do it, but it would give it more atmosphere, maybe, you know. But but I did, I enjoyed that down there. It was. I'm not gonna lie, it was scary down there, mind.
Well, I was going to run off and leave you there, but I felt sorry for you.
Yeah, I'd have come back. I'd have burnt your house down or something then. Do. But it was good. I did enjoy it, but
Shalom reckons we both scarpered. We did.
Listen, Shalom. If you know me by now, Shalom, right? You could tie 15 rockets to me, and I still wouldn't be able to scarp my lip. Right? So I couldn't if I wanted to.
We did move in haste.
Yes, as fast as my leg could carry me.
Yeah, we did shuffle on a bit quick, but they was scary up that corner. There was something up there.
Yeah, and it's Halloween next weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, now then.
We'll have
so
to
might do a nice do a nice Halloween special, I think, Gary, next week.
Yeah.
Nobody can go out anyway.
No. We'll have to arrange something, and we'll do a couple during the week as well, John.
Yeah, we're gonna do we'll do some morning shows. No, obviously I'll have my granddaughter here somewhere. Me and Patsy, but so we will be able to do the a few more morning shows, you know.
There we are.
So keep your eyes peeled. All you gotta do is press the subscribe button and the bell button to have notifications, and you will know whenever we come on.
Yeah, and please put a tick where the thumb up.
We
Because
need a thumbs up.
Yeah, that helps a logarithm, whatever that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
But Ronnie's saying he can go out.
Oh, he can. He's from up in Glasgow, see, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we could go out if we wanted. We don't do us all, Ron. But oh yeah, so what have we got planned the weekend, Gary? Anything?
I have been given a list of things to do, but I'm gonna ignore them.
Yeah, that's the very best thing.
Yeah, my daughter's given me a list.
Yeah,
she's only 11. She's given me a list of things that I've got to do. So
it's easy. All you gotta say is I've lost the list, love. Sorry,
too
lost
busy.
it.
Too busy. I'm
Yeah.
going to be very busy doing something. I haven't thought of what yet. But I'll find something.
Thought of what we do.
No, I have to find something on the internet. Research. That's a good one.
Research. That's exactly right. I think I'm going to do some research tomorrow.
So, are you doing any gardening tomorrow?
No, it's bad weather tomorrow.
Is it raining again, is it?
Is it rain tomorrow or is it the next day? Oh, I can't remember. It's not going to be nice all week, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Never mind. Thing with you, you've got a wife, see. She can do all the things for you, can't she?
She's lovely wife and all, man.
She can do all the cleaning.
Thing is, though, you wind her up now, right? And she'll be giving me the grief, not you. You know what you're doing, look.
Well, you did say earlier that she's good on the Hoover, didn't you? You know, so
she is quite good on the Hoover, actually.
The thing is, men don't know how to use them.
Apparently, you've got to plug them in.
Yeah, and then go like that with them. I don't know what that is, though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Shalom reckons Banksy has done another bit of art. Where to? Where?
Where's he done it?
Hopefully on my back gates.
On the back garage.
You'll be alright with it.
Yeah, so shoot up in price. So where's he done this bit of art then?
I haven't got a clue. Oh, I tell you what I was talking to the other day. Oh, up in England. I was talking to the bloke that actually was talking to Banksy himself.
Never.
Stephen Bevan. And he told me, he told me all about it.
Good gosh.
Yeah, but he didn't know who he was, of course. But he was going to work like that, and he saw them there, you know, with the he had finished doing everything, of course, and so he never saw him doing it. But he just saw him and like that, and he was talking to him. So it was a good picture, this isn't it? And yeah, so he found it. What he done, he seemed to put two and two together. He did, and he came back again. He came back around the house again, and this guy was flying. What do you call it? One of them helicopter things.
A drone.
He was flying one of them. And we went to work, he come back, and he heard about all the kerfuffle then, and then he put two and two together that it must have been Banksy himself that was there, like.
Yeah.
But he, in fairness, right, as Steve said, we said, if I could pick him out of like an identity parade, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? Because basically his heart would die, kind of thing, if you know what I mean. Perhaps he wouldn't die, but the mystique then die, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
So he said, yes, but Steve's a lovely man, Steve Bevan.
Oh, good. He should have had a photograph of him, innit?
Oh, that would have been great. That would be nice if Banksy sent him a little note or something, but anyway, that's episode of Port Talbot's gone. I doubt he will ever come back here now.
No, I don't think he will.
Not after what happened to this one, like.
Yeah, because he doesn't like things to be sold off, see.
I heard that, aye.
He wants it to remain there, but and he done it awkwardly on 2 panels, thinking that nobody would take it away.
Yeah, I got to.
But, there we are, money in it.
Yeah. Oh, it was tricky the way he done it, mind, but there you are. So up in Nottingham it was, like Shalom says.
Oh yeah, that's where Robin Hood lives.
Yeah, he still lives up there.
Aye, still Robin.
Yeah.
Greed.
Bond with his bow and arrow.
George Bond's gone to bed.
Have he? Oh, right.
He's actually broken the bed.
Oh, have he? Is that what he said earlier?
Yeah, I don't know how he's managed that.
Well, I could have a guess, but I won't on you.
No. So, friend you got. Oh, pardon me. Well, John, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you in charge, John.
Right, what?
I've got to go and see my daughter.
Right, so, go on you. Right, yeah, so Shalom, he said, Sonny, he's done Breed, have he? Right, I see. Is that he always does have like political like subjects in really. When he done it down in Port Talbot, yeah, he done it all about pollution, and the people of Port Talbot, I don't think could see that. Oh, it is just great that Banksy done that. And what it was, he was like a child with his hands out playing in the snow, and it turns out it was coming from an ash can, which represented the steelworks. But we are living in the filth, but nobody could see it. But there we are. That's what we do put up with from day to day. So yes, we just got to hope now that everyone stays positive. We all be there for each other if we need to be, and hopefully this fortnight will come around nice and quick, and I say get back to normal lives. I can't really see it myself getting back to normality, but I don't know what people saying that that this it isn't the thing, this COVID isn't real and things like this, but I don't understand what they've got to gain through it, It's duly a week if we give him Thursday. So has he actually said it is, Michael? Do you know? But like I said, I don't know what any government would gain out of locking everyone down. People say control. They could do that. They don't have to lock us down to get control over us, But so I don't know. And it's so I don't know what. I don't know what's going on really. Let's see. I'm the same as everybody, but I don't think it's. I don't think it's nothing at all. But I don't know what you lot think about this COVID thing, but it's just very, very hard to explain if it is what they are saying. It's a hoax or whatever. Nobody can explain what the end goal is then. But so there we are. But I was talking to Gary Wall earlier about like the big cats roaming in this area. This really would be prime examples of where the big cats could go, and especially over towards Brynway and Maesteg, where there's loads of wildlife and things. But unlike England and parts of Scotland, we've had very, very few sightings. But it's just, to me, it's prime land here, but perhaps people haven't been looking or something. I don't know. Anyway, I saw you saying the pumas in Snowdonia and panthers. But yeah, but they not seem to be reported up there. Now, I watch a show every Sunday night on the radio called The Unexplained with Howard Hughes. And it's quite often there's like an animal expert on, and they're adamant that they are about. They mention Somerset and down in Essex and down that way an awful lot, They never mention Wales because apparently you was allowed to keep these animals right up until I think it was the 1970s. And then I think the Wildlife Act came in and you had to get rid of them. Well, I think, if I remember rightly, it cost you money to get rid of them. So all people said is, oh yeah, I did have one. It died. And I buried it. But they didn't. They just let it go. And that's where they think it's come from. Now, what they say now, there's a lot of hybrids about. So you may see like a black panther with a spotted tail, things like that, because the species of cat have interbred then because there's not enough of them. But mostly they are seeing the black panthers, the jet black ones, the ones with a real long tail. There's supposed to be loads of them about down in the south of England, Cornwall way and things like that. But you wouldn't know what to do if you've seen them, There we are. There's Sonny now is saying that there was a fella went for a walk. Saw a puma 10 foot away and watched him back away to his car. See, there we are. But yeah, I know you meant puma, but I think there's so many sightings. I really think there has to be something out there, There's just too many, and you hear the same thing. People walking their dogs mostly because you're not going to see them in built-up areas. But people normally walking dogs, and the dogs seem to cower and they won't go there. Yeah, the dogs seem to cower, go away because, like I got a Jack Russell, and the size of these things, well, they wouldn't stand a chance. But even bigger dogs seem to be scared of these, But yeah, it's and again, if you tend to think of what would you do if you saw it, and you just don't know, do you? You don't know until you are in that situation. Yeah, I think I'd run as well, Ron. But well, no, I don't think I would. But yeah, you wouldn't know. Same as everything. Same if you see a ghost, if you come up against anything, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know what to do until you're in that situation. But yeah, I'm sure that there are things out there like that, because again, the birds you see, believe it or not, in London City itself, the amount of exotic birds that are around there in the wild now, because people have just bought them, and either they've escaped or they've let them go. So there's loads of them there. No, I wouldn't be giving my phone out either, Sonny. You know, I would be absolutely terrified. I think I'd be, especially if it started walking towards you. Oh, good God, yes. But I wouldn't like that. But so there we are. What about everybody? Anyone got anything planned for indoors tomorrow, or anyone just going shopping? Are we, or are we just decorating or something? I think the gardens are done now, isn't it? But we've got real bad weather down here tomorrow. Yeah, right, yeah. Right, I can see what the paintings of a girl with a tire of a bike round her waist, and there's a real bike chained to a lamppost with a wheel missing. See, a lot of his paintings are quite cryptic, really, aren't they? You got to look at them and work out what they mean. And it's 11:15 in the night. I'm not going to attempt to it, but it's greed. Perhaps he's saying that that's the child's spare tire. I don't know, but there we are. So we are not doing much tomorrow. We're going to have a bit of a chill day. I think we've had a bit of a busy week. We've had our grandson a couple of days. It's been a pleasure, don't get me wrong, but very tiring. I think I got a few bits to do, a bit of shopping here, there, and everywhere. But apart from that, I think we're just going to have a quiet weekend, I think. So there we are. Right, well, I don't know what Gary's up to now, but I think it's time for me to go, and we'll hopefully see you next week when we'll have a lot more things to talk about.
Hey, I'm back.
Well, I'm just saying goodbye to him. I've run out of things to talk to, man.
I was laughing, but I on the side watching you cringe.
You what? See, I gotta go see my daughter, you pig. You caught me. To be fair, right? You caught me on the up and all, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I put you under pressure, see, getting you ready for next week.
Yeah, thing is, right, if you had told me earlier, I would have had an extra portion for me to read, but you left me with absolutely nothing to say.
And you were waffling on like a good one, weren't you?
There you are. See, I'm a good waffler. and you just after I bet you was giggling your head off, was you?
I was crying laughing.
Oh, thanks very much.
There we are. So I think what we could do, we can leave the chat open, right? So anybody can chat. But me and you can go and do whatever we want. We'll come back and forth if you want to, whatever. I'll come back and forth to chat. But anybody wants to have a chat, they can just have a chat on the chat site. We can leave it open, you know.
All right then. All right. Well, I'm going to have a quick sandwich. I want a cup of coffee.
All right then, and I'm going to have something to eat as well. So I'll remove both of us, but I leave the chat open for everybody. Yeah. I've just come back. I don't know, John. I think if John's gone for a sausage roll or something or other. I don't know. So, what my feeling is with what we'll try and do with the show now is we may come on tomorrow. Obviously, you've got to subscribe because I don't know when. I'm not just saying to be awkward, but I don't know when I'm gonna have time to come on because I got my daughter here and I've got to give her as much attention as she needs. So I'll be in and out, you know. So, but you can come and go as you please into the chat. I'll leave the chat going now till about 12 o'clock tonight. And if it's, you know, if there are people on here having a chat, then I'll leave it go on a bit longer. There's no rush. I know John, like, he goes to bed relatively early, about 10:30 or whatever, so he might be Z'ing away, sleeping. But I don't go to bed till about 1 most evenings, and then I'm up about 6:30. My daughter got to get up early to have a little play on her tablet before she goes to school, but there's no school tomorrow, obviously. But I'll be up till about 1, and then I might have a lie in tomorrow, I don't know. And then me and John will have a chat then, see when we're going to go live, and we'll just stick it back on. So it's important to subscribe for you to know exactly when we're on, because you'll have click the notification bell, and as soon as we're live, you'll have a notification sent to your phone or your tablet or computer or whatever. We'll be back. So, yes, lockdown. I don't mind lockdown, see, because I haven't been out much. You know, I go food shopping, DIY, lots of DIY in the house. I got a Jack Russell, the same as John, so walk the Jack Russell around. She's a funny little dog. It's a girl dog. I don't like to call it a bitch. I think that's horrible. It's a female dog. And she normally lives up in Glynneath. But next week she'll be down here all week with me because my daughter's going up to Glynneath to stay with her mother. So I'll have Chloe, the dog, as company. And you lot, obviously, if you come in on, yeah? Now, we can share the screen with up to 10 people. So if you've got a camera, or if you've got a mobile phone with a camera on it, you can come and on the screen and share your thoughts or whatever you want to do. I'm trying to get a television, can't even speak, a telephone line sorted out on the internet here, so we can have people calling in. I might do it through Skype, or I might do it through a landline number that I don't use because I use mobile all the time. But people will be able to hear you on the internet, on the show. So if you are going to call in, please be mindful of swearing. A lot of people get offended. So after 10, if you slip up, it's not so bad. But before 9 o'clock, it's not very good because there might be children listening. Don't tend to broadcast for children, but you can't help it, you know. Sometimes they're up. Sometimes they can't sleep, or they've been sleeping all day and they're up all night. Nocturnal. Oh, nightmare night, get kids to sleep. What I used to do with my daughter, take her in the car, round the block, the vibration of the car, carry her in gentle, and then up to bed, innit? Lights out. Or if you've got something like a Hoover, if you put the Hoover over, the noise would sometimes send them off to sleep. Or if you tickle them or whatever, you know, on the side of the face, all these things you've got to try, you know, because you've got to have sleep yourself. So it's really hard. So yes. So I don't know who's on here now. There's 7 people watching. I don't know if they're all in Facebook or YouTube. 6 in YouTube and 1 in Facebook. So what I can see of Facebook, they're trying to take over from what YouTube are doing. YouTube are doing live videos and stuff. and it's all set up for doing live shows like this. But Facebook is starting to set up their own systems, not just going live, but actually put adverts in the live programs. But what they want people with a show that does 10,000 views a night. Who the hell is? It's not going to be me and John.
Hello, Moto.
Let's have a look now. Phone call here. I'm actually still on the internet channel. Hang up. See, she done subscribe. See. She don't subscribe, so she don't know if I'm on or not. That's Mary Sarah's mother. So she'll be checking up to see if Mary Sarah's still up. But she is. So I'll have to toddle off in a minute now, make sure she goes to bed. So it's way past her bedtime. But end of term, they got 2 weeks off, haven't they, again? Oh. The clocks go back, don't they, Monday? I can't remember where I bought it, though. I can't take it back. Where did I get that clock? I don't know it. I won't be able to take it back. There we are. Crappy joke, innit? So I don't know who's on here watching. When you come in the chat and have a look at chat with us. Otherwise it's going to be very boring. Shalom is there. Sonny may be there. Ronnie Morgan may be there. There's a couple sneaked off. See how many are in chat, but I don't know who they are. So, but come along and have a chat with me. Tell me what you're going to be doing during the week. Anything lined up in this boring time we can have? I know Ryan was saying there's more to the life than the internet. Well, there is, yeah, but I got so much to do. When I'm relaxing, I go on the internet. That's my way of relaxing. Other people watch films or BBC or ITV and all that. I got Netflix, I got Prime, I got all that lot. But I find Netflix very repetitive. And Netflix originals, oh God, they're rubbish. I can't watch them. They're so poor. The acting, the set design. Hard work, man. So I'd rather watch old films, to be honest with you. Or a big budget film, not a Netflix original, because they've made to a budget they are. And the acting in most of them is terrible. I watched half of one last night. It was awful. It's a Martian film. Oh, it's rubbish. So we won't be watching them tonight. Might watch Prime. I like watching Laurel and Hardy, the old films. Clint Eastwood. I love all of them films. The acting was better in them days. The set design, I think a little bit better. Thing is, in them days, they didn't have the facility to blur the background out, did they? Not like today's cameras, the video cameras. They sort of concentrate on the person in front, and all the background is blurred. They couldn't do that in the olden days. So what I tend to do is watch them. So John's laughing his head off now by there. I've removed him from the but he can click in anytime he wants if he wants to come back. So I can leave the chat now for a bit. I'm going to make sure that my daughter's on her way to bed. And I'll catch you a bit later on. If you want to chat or if you want to stay here, it's up to you. If you don't, come back later.